One of the major challenges I see with guys is that they're never aware of what they're feeling. You ask them what they're feeling, they'll tell you, hey, I'm doing good, I'm feeling good, but they can never pinpoint the exact emotion that they're feeling because they're not even in their bodies. Now, this is a huge component, and we really dive into this in the 4-day workshops because we get models, and models start to open you up to feeling, and it's got a profound effect. But since we're doing this in video form, we're gonna go ahead and just practice opening our hearts up, because the heart is a huge center for feeling. All emotions have to pass through the heart. So I want you to just take a second as you're watching this video, just notice if in your face or in your head, you have any tension in the cheeks, in the jaws, and the throat. Start to relax the cheeks, relax the jaws, relax the throat. What you notice is if you're doing this effectively, especially with the throat, the minute you relax the throat and open it up, you'll feel a surge of energy drop into the heart. In most cases, it's not going to feel good right away. In most cases, it's going to feel like something that's very sensitive that you don't want to touch. This is the beginning of you learning to feel. And when you're talking to a woman, you're relating to that woman through her emotions. Sure, you're in your masculine, you're grounding, but you can still relate to her from an emotional place. And that in turn also makes you trustworthy and attractive. I've seen it time and time again. Guys will be in their head and they will go up and approach women, and women just won't surrender their guard because this person will not surrender his headiness. So take a second and feel your heart. Bring your awareness to your chest and just ask it, heart, can you open right now? And just see what it gives you. Now, there's a good chance that right away you don't feel anything. And there's a good chance, too, that if you ask your heart to open, can you just open? And can you open just a little bit? Can you open 1%? You'll start to notice that there's an opening in the heart or an expansion in the center of the chest, and it starts to go outward like this. And you'll notice as it goes outward a little bit, you'll start to lightly feel more vulnerable. And that's what we want. Now, we don't want to open the whole thing up, but we want to start to just crack it a little bit and just let a little bit of feeling in. And as you start to feel it, let's say you don't feel it right now, try it again in 5 minutes. And if it doesn't work, then try it again in 5 minutes. Eventually, your heart will respond. And when it does, you'll notice that you feel a lot more sensitive in the chest. And you'll notice that if you try to go out and talk to somebody while this is open, you'll feel even more sensitive as you're talking to somebody else because somebody is actually watching you or witnessing you feel. And it can be a very scary thing. And this is the reason why a lot of us have this shut off in the first place, because maybe we've been hurt somewhere and we learn to shut the heart off. So we can't communicate effectively with women. We can't express ourselves effectively because we're not actually feeling and we're staying in our heads. Now, as you start to open the heart up, come down to the stomach a little bit. Just drop down maybe about 1 inch, the upper stomach, and ask that to open as well. Just see what it gives you. Now again, maybe it'll give you nothing right away. But if you try it again 5 minutes later, see what it does, see what it gives you. And then you'll start to see that that's a different type of sensitivity than you feel in the heart. And ultimately, you want to have all these places in your heart, in your stomach, in your turn on, open, flowing with energy, unrestricted. Now, after you've tried your upper stomach, try your lower stomach. Try right around your belly button, just like 1 inch lower than your belly button. Ask it to open, see what it does. Now, does it want to open and expand this way? Does it want to do nothing at all? Or does it want to stay shut and tighten up? So what we're always looking for is how does it respond? Because it could just be that it's nervous. It's scared to open up. It's scared to be fully vulnerable in that area. But when you start to open it up, you start to feel things, they're not going to feel good right away. Maybe it's going to feel like a grief, a bunch of sadness. Maybe it's going to feel like anger and frustration. And a lot of times for men it does, especially the sadness part, because we tend to compress a lot of our sadness and suppress it. And when we open it, we start to actually get heavier. But this is the start to you learning to feel, and it won't always feel that way. When you get past all the sadness and the grief in the heart, you notice that you start to feel a lot more warmth in your heart, a lot more warmth in your stomach. And life in turn becomes very beautiful. The way you relate to people is way different. You start to have more self-love and self-compassion now that you can feel your emotions. So if I ask you what you're feeling, you might say, hey, I'm feeling some grief. Like I'm feeling an intense form of grief, or I'm feeling anger, or I'm feeling frustrated. You'll be a lot more clear about what your emotional states are. So when you're having a rapport conversation with a woman, you can relate to the emotions. She asks you how your day is going, you might be like, there's a bunch of grief going on today. I feel kind of sad. Like, I don't know what it is, but I'm feeling kind of sad, right? But you own it like a masculine man. You don't become a victim to it. You don't whimper about it, complain about it. You just express it in a very masculine way, and that becomes very attractive when you're not a victim to it. So practice these exercises to get your feeling. Even just a little bit of feeling will be very effective in a conversation with a woman. You do not have to be 100% open. You can be 30%, 10% open, and it has a great effect on rapport when you're relating to a woman. So I hope this helped you guys, and keep practicing it and keep developing your sense of feeling. What's going on there? So I want to offer you an opportunity to hop on a call with me for a 1-hour strategy session. So maybe you're out there approaching, you're out there meeting women, but you're getting stuck somewhere, and you need some help to get you over the hump. Just a little something to get you motivated and out there going to actually start to see results. And what this strategy plan is going to do is it's going to get you on the right track from where you are currently to where you want to go, so we can knock out whatever's standing in your way, belief systems that you have about dating, belief systems that you have about women, that you have about yourself specifically. And we're going to knock those out and get you on the right track. So when you're on the right track, you start seeing the results that actually keep you motivated and keep you going. So if this is something that you're into and that you want to do, go ahead and reach out to me over email. Just put in the subject, strategy session, and I know it's you. So reach out to me at HighIntegrityCoaching@gmail.com, or hit me on the website, HighIntegrityCoaching.com. And we can hop on a call and figure out what's the best route to get you going directly towards your goal to get results. All right, I look forward to talking to you. Peace.